I just filmed the whole video and then I realized my camera wasn't working. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be like a bit different than my usual like beauty videos. It's going to be a storytime video. So this is something that happened to me back in September, but I never really came around to do the video. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it right now. So this happened to me, like I said, in September. It was right after school, and I just started like a new school, and this new school, like, we finished at 2:45 in the afternoon, which is really great because like I have the whole afternoon to do stuff. So I usually get around at my house around like 3:15. Just had got back home from school, and at that time it was summer, so I was at home and I was just, you know, chilling, but I had like a big oversized, you know, t-shirt, and I had no pants on because it's summer. It's hot outside, okay, I'm sweating everything, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take off my pants, whatever. So yeah, I was in my house and I was just doing some dishes because I'm a really responsible teenager. Everything was good, and then I hear somebody knocking at the door. I'm a really like over dramatic person. Like, I'm super fucking over dramatic. Usually nobody really comes knocking at my door. So then I stopped doing the dishes and I'm like, who could that be? I mean, my mom's still at work, my dad, he's still at work, and they both have keys, so whatever. And then I'm like, okay, like the person keeps on knocking on the door. So then I get scared and I run upstairs. And I go to my dad's room and I look outside and I see a really big black truck, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't know anybody with that kind of truck. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay out here for a while. And then the person that was knocking at my door starts pounding on the goddamn door. Like, it's not like normal knocking. No, it's not like, no, this person is fucking pounding on the goddamn door. It's like hitting on the door. I'm like, and this person keeps on pounding on the door, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go open. First of all, I have no pants on, okay? I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot, open the door like, hey, hello, can I help you, with no pants? So then I just stay upstairs, and then I hear like the banging stop. Maybe the person understood the message that I didn't want to open the fucking door. That's great. So then I go back downstairs and I keep on doing the dishes. Everything's good, and I'm just gonna like give you a little like visual like explanation a bit, like just so you can visualize it. So the sink where I was doing the dishes is right here, and then right here we have like the backyard door, and our backyard door is like you know, like it's like two big windows, you know what I'm saying? So like, since it's a window, you can see through it. So yeah, so I'm doing the dishes, and then I see somebody walking up to the door. So then I keep on doing the dishes, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this person just literally had to walk all around my house to go all the way in my fucking backyard. So I'm like freaking out. So I just keep on doing the dishes, and then the person bangs on the on the door, like, you know, that kind of window door. They bang on it, and I'm like, what the hell? So just keep on doing the dishes. I'm like, I'm just gonna like pretend he's not even there. So, and I just keep on doing the dishes, but I look like a fucking idiot because like the door is right beside the sink. So the person that's banging at the door, they know I can hear him. I can hear them, and they know I can see them. So like they get like mad, so they keep on banging even harder on the door. So then I kind of look to the side like that, and we make eye contact, and I'm like, oh shit. And then the guy looks at me and he looks really angry. He's like, so then I kind of like open the door, and keep in mind that I'm not wearing pants, okay? So then I go up to the door and I open it, and I just say, I'm like, hi, hello, how can I help you? And I see the sketchiest ass looking man. Okay, he's right there, standing right in front of me. He's wearing a cap, okay, like a black cap, that's kind of like covering his face. He's wearing a white t-shirt that's all dirty. He's wearing some like long shorts, and he's wearing some Crocs, okay? So he looks fucking sketchy because like it looks like he's wearing his cap kind of like to cover his face a bit. So at this point, I'm really scared. And then the guy asked me, he's like, is your mom or dad here? And me, being the stupid little girl that I am, I'm like, actually no. They're working right now, so I'm like home alone. And right after I said that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I fucked up. Like, he's gonna get into my house, he's gonna fucking kill me. Like, he knows my parents aren't there, so he's gonna take me, he's gonna put me in his black ass car, and he's gonna drive away, and I don't even know. So I got really nervous, and I was like sweating, and I was like all red and everything. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? So then he's like, okay. And then he says to me, he's like, I'm here to cut some trees. And I'm like, my dad never really talked to me about like cutting some trees or anything. And I was being really, really polite. Like, I was so polite. And then I'm like, sorry, my dad never talked to me about this, whatever. And then he's like, well, you can go and call him. And I don't know why I fucking listened to him. I'm like, yeah, I will. I don't know, I was just scared and nervous, so I did it. So I went over and I called my dad, and he wasn't answering me. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to call my mom. So I called my mom, and then she answered me. I'm like, oh, thank God. And I explained everything that happened to me. And then she's like, I'm coming over. And I'm like, okay. So I just hang out. So then I just go back to the, the backyard door, and I tell the guy, I'm like, yeah, he didn't answer me. And then he's like, well, who are you talking to then? I'm like, oh, that was my mom. And then he's like, well, and I was like, oh, that was my mom. And then he's like, oh, no. Your mom can like decide this kind of stuff. I'm like this has nothing to do with the story, but like that's kind of like, bitch, why? Because she's a woman? Like, shut the fuck up. But whatever, that's another thing. And then he's like, well, call your dad back. I'm like, no, he's not answering me. I think he's probably like in a reunion or something. He's like, well, can you give me the phone and I'll call him? And I'm like, do you really think I'm gonna fucking give you my phone? No, I don't, because I didn't want him to like run away with it or something. So I'm like, I think I'll just keep it, because like, and I told him like I don't have much battery in my phone, so yeah. Yeah. So he's like, well, go back and call your dad. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So then I call my dad, and I'm just like waiting, and he's not answering me. And at this point, I'm so scared. Like, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. So I come back to the guy, and I'm like, my dad's not answering me. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing I can do. He never talked to me about this. Like, he would have probably told me or whatever. I was being so polite. I'm really sorry. Like, you're gonna have to like come back later. He's probably gonna be here like in 45 minutes. Again, why the fuck did I tell him that? I don't know. I was nervous. I don't know. I'm so fucking stupid. So I'm like, yeah, he's probably gonna be here in like 45 minutes, whatever. You can call him then. Yet he gets fucking angry at me. He's like, no, I need to do this now because I need to go back to somewhere else. I don't know. He was like saying a bunch of bullshit. He's like, I need to go back to another place and go to another house or whatever. And I'm like he was saying a bunch of stuff that didn't make any sense. Like, your dad's gonna be really mad at you because then I'm gonna have to come another day do it, and it's gonna be even more expensive for you. He's gonna be really mad at you or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, bitch, are you fucking serious? Like, that's what I was thinking in my head. But like, I'm super polite. I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like, there's nothing I can do. And then the guy's like, okay, well, I'll wait for your dad. And I'm like, cool. And then I'm about to close the door, and then he puts his fucking hand on the door. And I swear to God, I was like, no, he's gonna kill me. His hand on the door. And then he starts being kind of nice. He's like, oh, well, would you let me in? Because at that time it was summer, so it was really warm outside. He's like, would you let me in? Like, it's really warm outside, and like, I'm really thirsty, so could you let me in and I could drink something? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, bitch, no, like, you're not getting to my house, stay outside. Like, what the fuck, you wanna get into my fucking house? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna try and get fucking murdered. So then I'm like, oh, my mom's gonna be here like in 2 minutes. Actually, she's just like right around the corner, so if you want to, you could talk to her. She's gonna be here in 2 minutes. So yeah, and it wasn't true. Like, my mom wasn't, like, she was in her way to come and meet me. She works like 15 minutes away, so it was gonna be a little while before she came. And then he gives me the fucking dirtiest look, and he's like, well, I'm gonna come back another day. And then he leaves, but he's leaving really quickly. And then I see him, he just takes his car and he just goes off. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm not kidding you, like, I'm a little bitch. Like, I sat on the stairs and I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my God. And then finally my dad calls me, and then he's like, oh, like, you called me, what happened? And then my dad told me, like, Angela, I never ever told anyone to come to the house to get some trees. Like, I've never told anyone, like, no. And then my heart like stopped. I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, what the hell? This guy was pretending to be a fucking tree cutter, whatever, trying to get into my fucking house. I was so scared, okay? And that's like, okay, I'm gonna be there and everything's gonna be fine and everything. Then my parents came back home like a couple of like minutes later, and everything got fine. My parents got home, everything was fine. The dude never came back. Everything's good now, but now every time I hear somebody knocking at the door, I run up to my room. So yeah, that was it. That was my first storytime video ever. I'm sorry if I spoke too fast. Like, I know I spoke really fucking fast. I hope you could still understand, and you could still understand, and like, I know I kind of have like a little accent, and that's because like English isn't my first language, but whatever. So if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Peace out. Fuck, that was so lame. Just goodbye. I'm out. Oh, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, please.